Now, usually, I like to put a little bit at the beginning of these episodes. So should we just do that now? Like the little sort of pre-credits bit.
What?
You mean the pre-ramble?
What do we do this time, Paul?
I don't know.
Normally there's something we've done that's pre-credits.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got anything this week, mate.
No, I'm trying
People
to...
are just going to have to deal with this doesn't work.
Admittedly, I'm trying to force it.
Yeah, forcing it never works. At least that's what I've heard.
He's trying to force his
Don't
way
ask
into
the
the
prison
Banter Dome.
wardens.
Anybody... No, don't say Banter Dome, because people will start thinking, right,
Don't say Banter Dome.
that people start thinking you've coined that term, and that is a Paul invention. So,
I'm not sure it is,
I
actually.
don't want
Listeners-
people to think that, Paul. Don't worry. I don't want people to think that.
Nobody wants credit for that.
the
No.
banter... Join us in the Banter Dome, listeners. It's another episode of Tasteful.
Good morrow, people of the Internetiverse, and welcome to this week's episode 10, double digits of Tasteful Nudes. I am your bodacious host, Dan, as always, joined as ever by the Pompernickel Pickle Paul Austin himself.
Hi.
That's not even slightly cowboy-y, like, come on.
Well,
like,
listeners, to let you behind the curtain a bit, Ennio Morricone died today, so actually, really, I should do something cowboyish to sort of honour the memory of him. But I couldn't think of anything. So,
fantastic. And before we go any further, heaven appears to be missing an angel. It's Emily Poulter.
Hi.
I thought he was going to say me again then. Has someone not got headphones in?
I do.
I can just hear my own voice. Oh fuck! I'm going insane, aren't I? This is what this is. I'm hearing voices. I'm hearing my own voice.
This is what the show is now.
Sorry.
I mean, you can see we've both got headphones on.
I know. Well, I can't quite because I've got sunglasses on. Listeners, don't ask. I can't quite see Dan's, but now I can.
Well, if I leave it there, I'll just hold it here the whole show. Yeah, does that help you?
No, can I know?
You just rumbled on the mic.
Oh no, this is disaster. It's happening again, listener. I'm cutting that.
He's secret.
That's the thing, like, I'm quite impressed so far, Paul. From the episodes I've seen, you've yet to go mad with power and just cut out anything negative said about you. I thoroughly expected you, when we started doing this, for you to cut 90% of it and it just be the Paul Austin hour, with occasionally me going, you know what, Paul, you're a great guy, and, like, you know, just randomly cut things out.
I haven't got...
So it sounds like I've been lovely.
It's so much effort to do that, though, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah. So, have you guys ever stabbed a person?
Are we doing your questions now? We've just launched straight into your questions.
Yep, we're going straight to the questions.
Have you ever
nothing else.
stabbed a person?
Have you ever stabbed a person? No reason to be asking, just have you ever stabbed somebody?
No. Not even accidentally, I don't think.
I don't really like knives.
It doesn't have to be with a knife. It could be with like a compass or a pencil.
I don't like any sharp object.
I once stabbed myself with a pencil just to see what would happen, and there's still
Doesn't
a bit
count.
of lead. Still a bit of lead in my arm.
I'm the same. I've got some still in my wrist from when I did it.
Granite,
Yeah.
obviously. But no, we haven't. Then have you?
No.
I don't have to answer these
Oh, yeah.
questions.
I forgot.
But yes, I have. I was working somewhere, and somebody who had been less than friendly, shall we say, to a friend of mine came in and started making comments about said friend.
Oh shit!
And so once I delivered his food, I took the steak knife out of his cutlery wrap, placed it over his hand, and slowly pushed it down on the knife as I looked him in the eyes and told him to leave it alone.
Fucking hell!
Shit.
Yeah, that was
So-
weird, hearing the crunch and snap. Yeah, nobody said anything. Nobody knew. It's fine.
I mean, should you be admitting that on the pod, or could you get arrested for that?
Can
still?
anybody prove it happened?
Oh, I suppose you just made it. Well, the guy who it happened to presumably could, and then this would be counted as like an admission of guilt.
I mean, maybe he could if he was still alive.
I mean,
Next
maybe
question.
You did it to multiple people.
It's fine. Who knows? No proof exists. So, next question, ladies and gents.
Yep.
Do you think anybody ever told Elton John what an astronaut was, or did you think he purposely ignored it in an attempt to damage the education system and blind our youth to the wonders of learning the cosmos and spelling?
He wasn't an astronaut though. He was a rocket man.
And sorry, what is a Rocket Man by definition?
Well, Rocket Man could be like the character Rocket Man, a guy with like a rocket on his back.
He wasn't called the Rocket Man. He was called the Rocketeer. Fuckhole. Shit!
You're
what I
right.
was doing.
He does say explicitly, "I miss the Earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a
That's
timeless
bollocks,
flight."
because he was gay.
If he had a wife, though, still.
Yeah, that's true.
He still liked his wife. You can still miss somebody, even if he was gay. Just didn't want to, like, sleep with her that much.
No, you can only miss people that you're fucking.
Oh, okay, well, I've missed nobody in my life ever then. Oh, God! My life is a joke! Anyway, are we good to go to the next question then? Next question,
we
or
haven't
have
even
got
answered
any?
that one. We haven't even
Well,
said.
we were moving on, apparently. Nobody believes that he purposely forgot what an astronaut was.
Now I know that it is actually about an astronaut. I think he did choose to ignore it, just to sort of... for the song.
Fucking
Probably.
despicable, if you ask me. A generation of kids, no idea what an astronaut is. They all think they're called Rocket Men.
Well, you know what they're
because
like,
Elton
aren't they?
John thought it'd be a good song. What a bunch of
You know what they're like.
bastards.
Crafty, aren't they, the
I
gays?
feel like more people would want to be astronauts if they were called rocket men.
Yeah, but then you get like loads of really stupid astronauts.
And angry
And
feminists.
that's the issue.
What's that got
What's
to
that
do
got
with
to do
it?
with anything then?
Because they're called rocket men.
What body modification would be too far for you to still be interested in a person? I'm powering through. I ain't give a shit. Fuck it. We'll move it on.
Fuck it.
Rolling through.
What was the question again?
What body modification would be too far for you to still be interested in a person? So
What
whether that's
body
a change of
modification?
hair, piercing, tattoo, like weird ink injections where it looks like they've got horns or weird donuts under their skin. You know, what thing would be too much for you to still be attracted to somebody?
If somebody, I tell you what, I think would be too far is if someone kind of tattooed themselves so they look like a different race. I think at that
That's
point
quite
I'd be
far.
like, no. I think I'm gonna have to
I'm
call
not-
it there.
I'm not a fan of face tattoos. And also, I think things under the skin make me real.
That's us
really
knackered then, isn't it, Dan?
uncomfortable.
Because we're covered in facial tattoos since the lockdown.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know. It's been podcast. We could be.
Who knows? You know, like, that is us fucked. Like, I was really hoping that these facial tattoos, the big one across my forehead saying "Please fuck me, M," would be the thing that finally won you over. But apparently,
You did.
it's done the opposite.
Oh, sorry. I should have let you know beforehand that I don't
You
like facial
really should have.
tattoos.
This was very expensive, Emily, especially
Sorry.
because all tattooists are closed at the moment. So I had to pay a personal tattooist to come over and keep a metre distance. So you had to do it with like a ruler and a chisel from a distance.
Like
It was
a
a
long
real
stick.
challenge.
Long
It
needle.
fucking took so long, and there was so much blood loss, and now that's not even worked.
I mean,
That'd
it
be
looks
good.
lovely.
Well,
It looks lovely.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like, yeah.
It's alright, M
I
is
guess
quite
I'll take
versatile. You could turn that into anything you like.
I'm not sure I
what?
could. I'm not
Like
sure I
what?
could turn it into not tattoos.
Go on, give us an example.
Please fuck me emotionally.
That's not bad. I tell you what,
That
that's
is
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Fair
And
enough.
not gonna lie, most people have been for a long time, so it does work.
Oh, I didn't even realise that had 2 layers.
How did you not realise that had 2 layers?
I was just thinking like an emotional fuck.
Well, they would literally fuck you in your conceptual emotions.
No,
But they would
like,
insert
you might be
their
crying while it's happening, but I forgot that it also sounded like mentally fucking with you.
Move on.
I
This
did,
is
I
what
did a clever thing.
We've gotta
I didn't
move on.
Do you want to
realise.
know what body modification I think would probably be too far? It would be a big turn off for me. If somebody, some fucking idiot, was to dye their hair 2 different colours, that'd be too much for me. That's fucking ridiculous. Anybody who does that, prick.
I don't know. It would give me an instant erection.
Yeah, I
me
thought
too.
it would, Paul. I thought that would be your jam. But
I
for
want to
me
grab both
personally,
sides of the hair.
Listeners, obviously you're not watching what is going on, but Dan has recently, in the lockdown, dyed his hair 2 separate colours. It looks
yes,
good.
that was the joke, Paul. So, God, or your chosen deity, eldritch horror, descends or maybe ascends to Earth and gives you a choice. A perfect life, everything you've ever wanted, constant happiness and all-around perfection, but you die in 5 years. Or you carry on as is and see how things go, but you are guaranteed to live until your 100th birthday.
Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question.
I occasionally have those.
There's a lot going on
Most of
here.
them are bollocks, but some are right.
It reminds me of the David Bowie song, 5 Years. But they didn't have like assured happiness. They were just told in 5 years the whole world's going to blow up. Deal with it.
I can't say I've heard the song, I'm afraid.
I would include it here, but, you know, copyright. I mean, I could still include it. Fuck it.
So
What do
we're
I do?
paid.
I would take the 100 years.
I think I would as well, because even now, I haven't even got that guarantee now. Oh, what if it's really shit, though?
Well, he's not guaranteeing you it's shit. It's just he's not guaranteeing you. It's
No,
gonna
that's,
be.
I suppose so.
He's not guaranteeing
And if you
anything.
get-
The only thing he guarantees is that you live until 100 years.
I
Which
feel like
does
if I
mean
had
you
five-
guarantee until you are 100 years old. So on your 100th birthday, you will die. Until that point, it doesn't matter what
Anything can
happens.
happen.
So you could literally... Some crazed murderer could come in right now and shoot you in the face, blowing your brains out and leaving you a fucking vegetable, and you will live till you're 100.
Oh, that's quite
Among
Well, yeah.
other awful things, you could have all your legs ripped off by sharks. Any awful thing can happen, but you will live until you're 100. Or you can have the most perfect existence possible. Everything you've ever wanted, anything you could ever want, even the things that you want that you don't know you want, all happen for 5 years.
I didn't do
But
either.
then I'd be more annoyed because I've got all that great stuff and I only get it for 5 years.
I'll just not do either. I'll just say to them, no, you're all right.
That's greedy.
Now, just kill me now.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd just be like, no, I don't actually have neither. I'll just carry on as I am. And then they'll be like, no, you've got to take one of them. And I'll be like, bye. And I'll be still walking like this. Listeners
And
on.
you'll be walking in place because it's God.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it
Why
was
is
God.
your position
Why is
every
God offering us
time?
this?
Because
It's whatever one we just imagine.
No, but why is he
because
doing
reasons. Magic
Because he's
reasons.
God. He can
Is he
do
bored?
anything. Yeah, probably.
In the same reason that last time I gave you a God question, Paul, you really need to stop insulting and or walking away
He's
from
pissing
the
me off.
creator
Though.
of
Every
all.
time I talk to him, he pisses me off, playing with his little powers. He's like a child, isn't he? Oh, well, you've got to play by my rules. It's my planet. It's my rules. It's like, well, fuck your planet and your rules, idiot. And I'll hit him, and I'll punch God,
Maybe you'll stab
and it'll
him
do
and then
nothing.
you'll be able to
It'll
answer
do
Dan's
nothing.
question
It'll
better.
do nothing probably. It'll like. In fact, it probably hurt me punching God.
I
It's
don't
not-
think he'd
not
even
me.
notice if you punched him.
I'll do it repeatedly then. He can't notice. He pisses me off, God. He's always coming at me with these stupid scenarios, like, oh, what are you gonna? You got to jump through hoops to get into heaven. You know, you've got to be basically good, and you haven't done that. But like, you know, you're giving you an extra chance, but you've got to say the magic words. And if I can't do it, jump again, hoops. And now he's saying, oh, well, you could. Do you know what? You can have 100 years, but everything might be shit. And knowing him, I'll get 100 years, and he'll be like, every single day he'll ask me another question. Every day he'll ask me a question about my life, and I'll be like, oh, God, I've got this till I'm 100. God, on me case. And then he'll have to marry him, and he'll, like, sleep with me.
That is a
Always,
huge
always,
jump in logic.
always.
Herculean in its depth, in fact, that jump. That was ridiculous.
I'll do the 100 years.
He's
I'll
asked you, he's given you 5 years or 100.
I'll take the risk.
Perfection or possible nothingness. And you've proceeded to go, oh, he's an arsehole, oh, he's going to show up
Can I
every
ask God
day.
a question
They're going
back?
to marry him. No.
But I just want to know, at the end of
No.
the 100
I
years or
don't
the
care
5
anymore.
years,
Why do I do this? Why am I alive?
am I going into heaven or not? Afterwards? Or have I already lost that chance way back in episode whatever? I'll take the 100 years. I'll take me luck with the
I mean,
100 years.
you made a good point. Like, is he giving you this option you're guaranteed heaven? Because, like, in that case, 5 years is a much shorter amount of time. You're going to be happier and you're less likely to commit crimes. Whereas if you're giving you 100 years and it's shitty, you're probably going to end up going to hell anyway because you're like, oh my god, I'm so bored. Everything's shit. So really, the 5 years is probably the better option.
Well, I guess. But what if you became bored of all the good things?
Well, you've only got to do it for 5
You
years.
won't, because that's the whole point. It's guaranteed perfection. So when you
like
get
Better
bored
Than
of
Life.
things, instantly
But Better Than
things
Life
change
wasn't
up, so you're no
perfection.
longer. It wasn't. It was until his brain fucked up. But in this situation, perfection is guaranteed, so the brain can never fuck up and ruin it. Stop
Is it
making
like-
a Red Dwarf reference. My
Is it like the
God.
novel Better Than Life? So in the novel version, I don't know if either of you read the novels.
I've listened to the audio, but
So-
that's what I was thinking of.
Better Than
Because
Life
Lister
is
is fine.
no, he's not fine in the novels because on the outside he's dying. The whole point of them in the
well,
novels
yeah.
is that he's slowly dying outside. And
Yeah,
but is it
then
like
that's-
that?
But it probably is like that because you get
got the
your
5
years
years.
of perfection, but you die because you're actually stuck in a machine.
But it's God. Also, in the novels, it didn't work like that. They didn't know they were in the game. Unlike the TV show, where they were like, "Oh, it's like a video game." It was as if they were in like a new life. They didn't even know they were playing a game. It was like the game would conjure up reasons as to why their life would be perfect. I'd take the 100 years anyway. That's what I'm going with.
I'm going to take the 5.
We'll see
I
how
love
what.
that you.
We'll reconvene
see you
in 5
heaven,
years.
fucker.
No, I'm not going. I've screwed that chance.
I love that you were like, "Oh, this is a really good question." Yeah, there's some real weight behind this. You proceeded to burn the question down, shit all over the ashes, burn
No,
the shit,
no, it's
and
not a
then
bad
complain
question.
about the ashes covered in shit.
It's not a bad question. I'm having a go at God here. I'm having a.
That's what I'm saying. You've just burnt the question down. We're fucking moving on. I do have a return of Paul's favourite feature.
Okay.
Return of the greatest feature in Tasteful Nudes history.
Yes.
Can you guess what it is, Paul?
Is it Yakuza?
It might well be a Yakuza news. It's a Yakuza news.
Come
Boy,
on.
that's ear-wrenching. So, it turns out there may not be anything new on the Xbox.
Okay.
And I may not be able to find any Yakuza games in CEX or on Amazon
Okay.
or anywhere else I've looked. But you know where I didn't look before, and you know where I've looked since?
The
The
fridge.
Steam Summer Sales.
Steam Summer Sales.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
So, whilst buying the dinosaur taming simulator that I've been playing, and also buying the Phoenix Wright trilogy, I proceeded to pick up Yakuza Kiwami 2, which I believe is
Nice.
the second Yakuza remade. I have yet to play any of it because I thought I would wait
Oh yes.
to divulge it to all of you,
Oh, I'm so pleased.
and then I will see if I
cannot wait.
can't get some more Yakuza news by next time.
So from now on, regularly, there's going to be Dan's Yakuza catch up.
Fingers crossed. Fingers
Yakuza
crossed.
Corner.
Ba-bam! I can't wait for that, Dan. You've made my day.
I thought you'd appreciate, seeing as Steam sale was sort of like 80% off the one game, 50% off Yakuza, 50% off Phoenix Wright, and then
Yeah.
I got a $5 off the whole thing because I spent more than 30 quid. I was quite pleased getting, 6 games for £40 instead of the 140 it should have been.
Nice.
I felt pretty good about myself.
Definitely. Did you get anything
got-
good?
I got 5 games for like £15.
What did you get?
Nice.
I think my taste in games is just not as pricey as yours. Obviously, I
That's
got
not an answer, then.
Broforce.
Oh yeah.
Got Broforce, Fallout 4, both Portals, Stanley Parable, Wolf Among Us, and Antichamber.
It's all right.
That
Some
was more
good,
than
some
5.
good ones
I
there.
realise.
Some good ones. It was more than
that's
5.
6.
It was more than 5.
And
I got
B,
overexcited.
your games have been out a lot longer.
Yeah, that's the
And,
thing.
Yep. I'm
So
very
Yakuza
behind.
Kiwami 2, I'm pretty sure has only been out like a year or so. Ark Survival Evolved has been out a long time, but is still crazy popular, and I got all the DLC with it.
Nice.
And the Phoenix Wright trilogy, again, has only been available in the style I got it in for like a year. So that's what
There
I'm
you
going to
go.
go with. That's my excuse.
I didn't get anything in the
Don't know about
Steam sales
everybody
because I don't play. I can't play any games on my PC.
Also
I've
because you're
just searched
poor
for
and survive
Yakuza and
off
it's
of the
asking me to give my
tears of-
age.
That's true,
Yep,
actually.
because it's old. You survive off of the tears of the elderly, so
That is true.
Probably
I
can't
suck
afford
out their
video
tears.
With a small straw.
Sometimes their eyes come out as well, but I put them back.
Occasionally. Sometimes you need
Sometimes.
the roughage.
Exactly. Exactly. I said
I know
exactly then.
Exactly. Exactly.
Before we go on
Zippity
to our
brow.
before we go on to our final feature, have either of you guys heard of Mind Trap?
No.
A game or...
Mind Trap is a game. So Mind Trap is a card game about
Okay, then no, I haven't.
logic questions. Ooh. So I'm going to test
Did
the
you
logic,
just add in your own audience?
the logic of your brains by reading out some cards, some questions. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions each.
Can we work as a team?
No, you're competing here.
Help me down.
You can
I
phone a
can't, I'm apparently
friend.
competing.
Oh, hang on, no. If we're competing and you phone the other player, they're not going to want to
Yeah, I'd phone down.
help. Yeah. All right, fine. Do you know what? You can.
Okay,
Do you know what?
it's
You
fine,
can
no,
help.
Do it on our own. Do it on our own.
Actually, do you know what? It's going to take longer if you guys compete. So actually, maybe it's better if you're on the same team.
Just do the thing. We've already cut about 30 minutes out of this 32-minute show. We might as
Yeah,
well
that's
fucking
true,
go
yeah,
for
ask
it.
Well,
us
that's what I
both,
mean.
ask
Yeah.
us both.
Okay. Right. Okay. Showdown, and I'll put some like Weakest Link style music under this.
Good.
Okay, who's going first? Do you want to do a rock paper scissors to find out who's going first?
M can go first.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying it would be good though because it'd add an extra bit of gameplay.
It won't be because I get it wrong.
Do we do
So
it
rock,
on...
paper, scissors,
can we
then
do it
shoot,
on-
yeah?
Rock paper
Rock, paper,
scissors.
scissors,
So
shoot.
do it on scissors.
We do it on scissors.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
wrong, but fine.
That's not how I do it, but sure.
How do you do? You guys do it then. You've obviously got your own
Rock, paper,
system.
scissors, shoot is how you do it. You go
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go. Like
These
that's how you.
Bromsgrove,
do
these
that then.
Bromsgrove types.
Paul, I will drown you in a lake.
Go.
Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
They both got rock.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
They both got
Fuck's sake.
scissors. This is
Rock,
good.
paper,
This.
scissors, shoot.
Ah,
There we go. I
there you
fucking.
go.
This is why I said just let him go
Em's
first. For
first.
fuck's sake.
Best of 3.
No, I will kill you.
M.
All that support
Remember,
you.
these are logic questions. Okay, so use your brainium.
I'm not
What?
very good at-
Don't have any brainium.
What?
I've only got Brainington.
What? What is the next letter in the following sequence? O, T, T, F, F, S, S.
Can I write it down?
If you like.
I don't understand.
What is
Where's
the
my
next?
little pen?
By the way, Dan, I'm going to give you. I'm just going to read 2 each. It's got to be just 2 each, otherwise we're going to be here forever. There is a chance for Dan to steal this. I've decided.
I know it.
I haven't even written it
Dan
down
knows
yet.
it as
Say
well.
again.
I already know it.
OTT,
O.
FFSS.
Yeah. I mean, fine. It's my. I mean, my job's just. If Dan's just going to read them out, my job is just.
I mean,
It's only that one because I know this one.
I'm the quiz master. Right. Dan can steal this one, and he clearly knows it.
is it O?
Is that your final answer?
And Dan's shaking his head, so no.
You've got one more
But
chance.
don't
I mean,
know where
maybe
to
I'm just
start.
psyching you
What
out.
do you mean use my
Maybe
brain?
it should
I'm just
be.
looking at letters. What does it mean?
Maybe it should be O, and I'm shaking my head so you'll not go with the right
Yeah.
answer, and then I can swoop in with the steal. You don't know. You just got to go with UM. What
O.
do you think it's going to be?
T.
Yeah,
T.
fuck it. Oh.
O. Unfortunately, it's actually. Well, Dan, do you want to steal?
It is the letter E.
What does that
Because
stand
it's
for?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Stands for the numbers. Well done, Dan.
What?
Thank you.
I don't even understand the answer.
Okay, so
So
the sequence.
because it's
Yeah.
OTT, FFSS, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th letter is E because it's
Eight.
8.
I mean, I get it, but I don't like
It's
it.
stupid, yeah. It's a fucking stupid question.
Yeah, that's the issue with Mind Trap, is they are a bit.
I don't like it. Move on.
Well, okay, it's Dan's turn now. Dan,
Good.
picture an empty wine bottle with a cork secured at the top in the usual way. Inside the bottle, a metal ring hangs suspended by a string. How is it possible to make the metal ring drop to the bottom of the bottle without touching the ring, the thread, the cork, or the bottle? I mean,
say it again. Sorry,
I've just read the answer.
M giggled throughout.
Just read the answer for this, and it is ludicrous. Picture an empty wine bottle with a cork. Picture an empty wine bottle with a cork secured at the top in the usual way. Inside the stop laughing! He's trying to listen to the question.
I'm sorry.
Picture an empty wine bottle.
What's the unusual way?
Picture an empty wine bottle with a cork secured at the top at the top. Inside the bottle, a metal ring hangs suspended by a string. How is it possible to make the metal ring drop to the bottom of the bottle without touching the ring, the thread, the cork, or the bottle?
Ah, I have an answer.
Tough. Dan's got to have a chance to answer first.
Yeah, but I'm putting my hand up so you know that I want to steal.
Okay, I know now. You can put your hand down.
Thank you.
So I can't touch anything.
No, you can
It has
touch
to
other
happen.
things. You just can't touch either the thread, the ring, the cork, or the
The
bottle.
thread, the ring, the cork, or the bottle.
Yep.
And I have to make the metal. Do I get a second metal ring and have that touch the bottom of the bottle?
Well, I've got to take the answer that is on the card, so no. You've got
Then
one.
It's M's chance to steal.
No, you've got one extra go. You can. Oh no, I should have told you it's not the right answer, I suppose. So I guess maybe it is M's go.
What? Sorry, what we're making it touch the bottom of the bottle?
Yeah. Okay. Well, are you going to steal them?
Yeah.
Go on then.
I'd set it on fire.
You set it on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, but if there's no bottle, what are you setting on fire?
I don't know, the cork.
You're setting the cork on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, that would work, but it's not the answer on the card, so you can't have it. Do you want to hear the answer on the card?
Go for it.
Is it smash it?
By using a magnifying glass and the sun's rays, you could burn through the string and consequently cause the ring to drop to the bottom of the bottle. I know that is similar to what you said, Em, but I can't take it, I'm afraid.
It's still fire, so
It's
I
still
feel
fire.
proud of myself.
How mad is that,
in
though?
that sense.
It's just what am I thinking?
That's still dumb.
I'm going to give myself, like, my own point. My own.
Well, no, you
emotion.
can't do that. That's not allowed.
Well,
Yeah.
congrats. I've got 30,000 Dan points.
Yeah, Dan's
therefore
won
I
then.
win.
Yeah.
Miss Patience... This is for Dan. No, it's not for Emily, sorry.
No, it's M's turn again, yeah.
Miss Patience is babysitting 10 children. She has a jar with only 10 crackers in it. All the children want to have a cracker, but they also want Miss Patience to leave one cracker in the jar. Without cracking herself, how is Miss Patience able to give each child a cracker and still leave one in the jar?
What?
Again, I've read the answer. Miss
What?
Patience...
Hang on, she's not allowed to crack any of the crackers?
No. All the children want to have a cracker, but they also want Miss Patience to leave one cracker in the jar. Without cracking herself... Oh, so I guess so. She can't crack a cracker in half or anything. How is Miss Patience able to give each child a cracker and still leave one in the jar?
I mean, this isn't my answer, but tell the kids to fuck off. Like, just take your fucking
No,
crackers.
sorry, Em.
Why do you want one left in? I said
know,
that
I know,
wasn't my
I know.
answer. Meh. I have an idea then. Eat one of the children.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Nope. Dan, have you got do you want to steal?
I'll give it a go.
Okay. Are you familiar?
Easy.
Do you know the? Do you want me to read the thing out again, or can you just
No,
remember?
I think I remember it.
Okay.
My guess is going to be give one of the children the jar with with one of the crackers still in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan has one mind trap today.
Oh,
the
that's
correct
so
answer
clever.
is to give the jar. Although, like, the kids are going to take the cracker out, presumably. But, I mean,
That's so fucking stupid.
Dan wins.
I mean, it was their rules to start with.
It was their rules.
Wait, I've only had one question. I thought I was supposed to have two each.
No, you stole the first one. It was 2 points. First
Yeah.
to 2 points, basically.
Oh, right. If I'd have known that. Oh, okay. I thought we were just doing two questions each.
Nah, you
That's
won,
all
mate.
right. Okay.
You won.
Well,
You did.
I am a mind palace.
Should we do
Can you
the?
believe
I'm really gonna
you
come up
beat
with
me
something
in a
better than
battle
that.
of wits?
Should we do
I
this?
sure did.
Should we do the
somehow.
sketch?
Yep.
Okay.
Who's writing this time?
It's M writing this time.
Oh, really?
It is.
I don't feel like this episode could get any worse.
Come on,
and now you're
Em.
gonna make me
Come
do this
on.
again.
I mean,
This is going to be good. Dan, do you want to do a word?
No.
We know exactly how it can be worse, Em, and you know exactly what to do to make it worse, so please don't.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that. But I mean, you could pretend it's like your week.
Well,
But sure,
they know.
Fine. We're gonna call this episode the pile of.
No, this one's
shit
all right.
on
No,
the-
it's salvageable. This one.
Is it?
Yeah, we've saved
Right,
it.
well,
It's redeemable. We brought it
We've
back from the
redeemed. No,
brink.
I think we've redeemed this one.
It was dead, and then we brought it back. We performed CPR on this episode.
Dan was right. No, we
got
have-
the
I think we've
defib out.
saved this one.
We pumped its fucking life back. We grabbed its screaming dear soul and plunged it back into the podcast. You won't die on me, you son of a bitch. Sorry.
And we've got to keep it in
prepare
because Dan's
yourselves.
eyeball roughish joke was really funny.
Prepare yourselves to.
Do you want to come up with a
See it
word,
be
Dan, or
murdered.
shall I?
I'll let you do it this time, Paul.
Okay. Gingerbread. Gingerbread is the word. While M comes, I'm going to give her a
Do we
hand
give her a
here, and
I
I'm
was
going
gonna
to
say.
and I'm going to do a little bit of preamble, so she's got a bit of thinking time. But listeners, you may
Oh,
notice
thank you.
I've actually changed the music for this segment because the music I used at first was just like lasted 10 seconds, and I thought and I had to keep looping it, so I've gone for a longer bit of music now.
Well, okay then. I was going to say, did we want to give Em an option? If I give a word and you give a word, then she can choose between the two.
Okay, yeah.
But then, if that's easier. So my option
Yeah,
was going to be
more help.
pillow. So, pillow or gingerbread are your two options, Em.
Okay.
Or both if you want.
You could
Work in the
incorporate
gingerbread
both.
pillow. Everybody knows that well-known childhood phrase, the gingerbread pillow.
Oh, imagine.
Gingerbread pillow.
I
Oh,
wouldn't be
you're
able to
about as
sleep.
tasty as a gingerbread pillow.
That reminds me of a joke. Have you ever heard this one?
Is it my life? Oh,
no.
go for it.
Last night I had a dream that I was eating a giant marshmallow, and when I woke up, my pillow had gone.
That would be a good sketch.
I like that there wasn't even they didn't have the little punchline.
No, there's no
of it.
but you get no punchline to the song. No, that's the whole point.
Got anything, Em?
Yeah.
I think the point of this, just to give you a hand here, and the point of this bit is not to come up with a good sketch. It's to literally just freeform it. So just say
Just
whatever
let
is in your
garbage come
head.
out that's possible.
Just speak, and the
I'm
answer will
gonna.
come. Go then, go.
Okay.
as long as it's possible for us to do.
No, don't worry about that. Forget. We've long abandoned that.
I can't do that bit. Okay.
We've got to give her a hand,
Well,
Dan.
I'm
We've got to
gonna
give her a
I'm
hand.
going to put you two in it
Okay.
for once, because then,
Good.
like, that, at least you've got that.
Sorted.
You two exist. Okay, so you're in your flat,
Yeah,
and you're watching your comics or whatever the fuck it is
my
you do.
hentai comics.
Yep. And Dan comes in and he's like, I'm fucking sick of this world. I wish it was just all made of gingerbread. And Paul's like, well,
No good.
this might surprise you, but I've got this magical pillow that if you tuck it up your little jumper.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
Tuck it up your little
jumper
ass.
and the world will be transformed into gingerbread. But Dan
I like
takes the
it.
cushion, and he's a bit like, I mean, this is bollocks, isn't it? So he tucks it up his little jumper, and suddenly, gingerbread everywhere. So he runs out the flat. He's really excited. Sprints down the road, like picks up the local cat, starts nibbling on it, eats a bush.
Just what? We can't put that on YouTube. We'll get banned.
We can put. It's fine. This sketch will be the first one we upload to RedTube. It'll be
Okay.
great.
A tree bush,
Oh, sorry.
plant bush.
Oh, right,
Sorry,
yeah, that
Dan.
makes
Sorry,
sense.
Dan.
He sprints all the
Everyone.
way down into town because he's just like, oh my god, there's gingerbread everywhere. And then the police come and they arrest him because he's just been devouring like cats and they're not actually made of gingerbread.
Oh, God.
And then we go back to Paul sat at home and he's just like, yep, this flat's mine now. This is it. It's mine.
Do we end with a shot of Dan in like the police cell covered in blood?
Yep.
It's covered in blood
Yeah.
and
So
fur,
most of it
and
was
there's
like
Paul
through Dan's
just.
perspective, and everything's
Right.
beautiful, magical, rainbows, gingerbread, and then it's you in prison covered in blood and cat hair. And Paul sat at home, feet up, mug of tea.
Feet up, weaving more acid into the pillows, just in case I come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I like it.
Good, well done. There you go. What are you going to call that
I
sketch?
feel like there's
Gingerbread pillow,
a
I
very
guess.
Simpsons heavy reference there.
Very much so. I was
It's a
picturing the
what?
land of
Just,
chocolate.
Yeah, the land of chocolate where Homer's running around and then he picks up a bunny that's hopping around and just...
I liked that.
I don't,
It is a
I
good
don't
one.
remember it,
Back
but
in
I'm
the
going to
good
assume
series.
that it was in my subconscious whilst...
Everyone knows the land of
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah, I must remember that.
The land of gumdrops and
I
rainbows.
will just call it...
Gingerbread pillow.
no.
Ginger Dead.
Gingerbread redemption.
Ginger Dead's pretty good.
Red Ginger
That is
Dead
pretty
Redemption.
terrible.
Red Ginger Dead Redemption 2.
Dead Ginger Redemption.
Dead Ginger Redemption pillow.
What was the zombie one called?
Undead Nightmare.
That was it. Red Gingerbread Redemption Undead Nightmare. There you go. Unbread Nightmare.
There you go.
Unbread Night Pillow. No,
There you go.
I
No,
need to
that's
stop
fine.
trying
That's
to
great.
work
That's
it
great. I
out.
love it. There you go, listeners.
That's an episode.
That's how you do it. That is how you save an episode of Tasteful Nudes.
That's how you drag it back from death itself.
We didn't think we could do it, but we made it. We made it,
I don't
listeners.
think you're gonna.
We made it.
Come back.
Yeah. Well, thanks, everyone.
This
Next
has
week will just be
been.
Dan and Paul.
You don't know
It's been
that.
emotional.
Come on, Em. Honestly, listeners, dragging us
I
down.
didn't mention the H word.
No, that's true. You did well.
Oh no!
Hang
There's
on,
still
what
time.
if-
Quick, end the episode before it's
What
too
if
late.
that's what the problem was?
No! No, quick, I'm editing the episode before it gets said. See you around, YouTube.
Fuck
Bye.
off.
Paul, cut it! End it!